Hello guys, welcome back to the Web Technologies course. In previous lecture we are talking about the different types of JDBC drivers. So we seen types of drivers in previous lecture. So we are having the total 4 drivers. The first one is a type 1 driver, that is the JDBC, ODBC bridge driver, JDBC ODBC bridge driver, and second one is native driver, and third one is the middleware driver is there, and fourth one is the thin driver. Okay, so in previous class we are talking about all these 4 different types of drivers. With the help of these 4 different types of drivers, what we are doing, we are developing one JDBC application. With the help of the Java language, we are developing one JDBC application, and this is our application. This Java application is enabled with the JDBC. This Java application is enabled with the JDBC. With the help of this JDBC, so we are communicating to the database. With the help of this particular JDBC, we are communicating to the database. That database may be your MySQL, Oracle or SQL database. That may be the any kind of database. So what we are doing here, so with the help of this particular JDBC driver, so we are communicating to that particular database. So for communicating that particular database, we are using the drivers. We are using the driver that in this particular drivers we are using the type 1 driver, type 2 driver, type 3 driver, type 4 driver. Based on our application, we are selecting the which driver is suitable for our application and database. We are selecting that particular driver and we are implementing our Java application. Okay, so if you, for example, if you are using the databases, for example, you are using Oracle database or MySQL database, if you want to connect okay, if you want to connect with the multiple databases or you want to access the multiple databases, for that which driver is suitable, for that we are using the type 3 driver. Type 3 driver, that is nothing but your middleware driver. If you want to connect with only the one particular database, for that what driver we are using the type 4 driver. Type 4 driver we are using. If type 3 and type 4 driver is not available for your database, for that only we are using the type 2 driver. If you want to test your database, if you want to only test your database for your application, for that we are using the type 1 driver. Type 1 driver, whatever the driver it may be. So first what we are doing, we are communicating to that particular database through your driver. Will translate or map your connection to your database with the specific protocols. Okay, with the help of this specific database protocol only we are communicating to the database. Okay, so next we'll see this is what we are talking in a previous session. Now we'll see how to type 1 is there, type 2 is there, type 3 is there, type 4 is there, whatever the driver may be. So what we are doing, with the help of this particular driver, we are communicating to the database. These driver will act as a bridge between your application and your database. So this is your Java application, and this particular driver will act as a bridge between your application and the database. Once your connection is done with your database, again what we are doing, again that information whatever you are requested, that information again coming back to your application with the help of this particular driver only. Whatever the procedure you are following for the connecting of that particular database, and the same procedure is reverting back to your application for displaying that content in your application. Now we'll see how to implement this particular JDBC application. How to implement this particular JDBC application. So for that what we are using here is, first you have to import the packages. First you have to import the package. Once importing is done, after that you load your driver, what type of driver you want to use. what type of driver you want to use. You have to load that all your driver. Next one, you have to register that particular driver in your program. If you want to register that particular driver in your program, once registration and loading is done, then you have to create a statement. You have to create a statement here for communicating for communicating your database. You have to use the connection statement. You have to use the connection statement. You have to use the connection statement. Once connection of the database is over, after that only you have to use the create statement for creating a statement what you want to retrieve from the database. For that you have to use the create statement. In this particular create statement, we are using the statement object for creating a statement. For that we are using the statement object. This is the first one. Second one is we are using the prepared statement. And third one is the callable statement. Okay, so with the help of these three statements or these three statement object, we are creating a statement and we are communicating to the database and we are getting the data from the database and we are displaying that information in that particular application with the help of the result set. With the help of the result set, we are storing that information, whatever the information you want to retrieve from the database. With the help of the statement object, we are retrieving the data and we are storing that particular information in a result set. Once your result set is retrieval of the information in your result set is done, after that only you have to close your connection. And these 7 steps are very important for your developing your JDBC application. Okay, so what is the first step? First you have to import the packages, whatever the packages you required for your JDBC application, you import all your packages in your program. Next you have to load your driver, what type of driver you want to communicate with your database, you have to use that particular driver. Once your loading of the driver is done, you have to register that particular driver. Once the registration of your driver and loading of your driver is done, then only you can establish a connection to your database. Once the connection creation is done, you have to create a statement for your SQL query. For your SQL query, you have to create a statement with the help of the statement object or prepared statement or callable statement. Once your statement object creation is done, you are having any result, you store that result in a result set. Okay, with the help of this particular result set only we are retrieving the data and we are displaying that particular information in a application. After that once your requirement is done, then you close your connection. Clear? So now we'll see what are the statements, how that particular statement is executing in your database or how that particular statement is executing in your application. So first what we are having, the application. First we are having the application. This application is implemented by using the JDBC, or we can say that this is a JDBC enabled application. With the help of this JDBC driver, what we are doing, we are communicating to the database. Okay, for communicating to the database we are using all 7 steps. So there we are using the statement object with the help of this particular statement object we are communicating and we are getting the data back and we are displaying that information in our application. What this particular statement object is doing and what is the use of this prepared statement and what is the use of this callable statement. Okay, so these 3 statements are doing the same functionalities only. So first we'll see the what is that particular statement. So here we are taking this particular statement object. With the help of this particular statement object, what we are doing, we are passing our SQL query through this particular statement object. This particular statement object will take that SQL query and it will execute in our database. It will execute in our database and it will give the reply back to your statement object, and it will display that information in your JDBC application with the help of the result set. With the help of the result set we are displaying. Okay, so means what, each and every time you are calling the statement object, whenever you are calling the statement object, that it will take the SQL query and it will execute in your database. Once the execution process is done, it will give response back and it will display the result in a Java JDBC application with the help of the result set. Okay, so next we will see the what is this particular prepared statement. So here with the help of this particular prepared statement, what we are doing here is and the same thing. So here instead of statement object we are using the prepared object, prepared statement object. Okay, this particular prepared statement object will take the SQL query and it will prepare a statement in your database. It will prepare a statement in your database. The prepared statement is available in your database. Whenever you are calling that particular statement, that particular SQL query, it will go to your database and it will refer this particular statement and it will give the reply back to your prepared statement object, and it will display that information in your database. The first time the statement will be executed in your database. Whenever you are calling the second time, third time or nth time, just it will refer that particular statement and it will give the reply back and it will display that information in your database. Means what, in statement object, whenever you are calling that particular SQL query, it will go back, it will enter into the database, it will execute that particular statement here. Okay, but here in prepared statement, it will first time it will execute that particular statement and that particular statement is available in your database. Next time whenever you are calling that particular statement in nth time, that particular statement will refer this already available statement in your database and it will refer that particular statement and it will and the result will be displayed in your result set. Means what, here each and every time we are not executing, just we are referring that particular statement. So already that prepared statement is available there, so we are referring that statement and we are getting the information through your prepared statement object. Okay, and whenever you are displaying that information in your application, for that we are using the result set. Okay, so next one is the callable statement. This particular callable statement we are using for whenever you want to execute any transaction related queries, or if you want to execute any stored procedure. So for that we are using this particular callable statement. If you want to execute any stored procedure or if you want to execute any transactional queries, for that we are using the callable statement object. Okay, so compared to all these three statements, statement object and prepared statement object and callable statement object, this prepared statement object gives the efficient output compared to your statement object. Clear? So with the help of these statements only we are communicating to the database and we are getting the information from the database. So next we will see the what is this particular result set. What is this particular result set? Okay, so this particular result set we are using for displaying the information. We are using for displaying the output information in our application. For that we are using this particular result set RS. Okay, result set RS equal your statement object dot that is the st dot what we have to use? We have to use the execute query. You have to use the execute query. If you are having an SQL statement, you have to pass that particular SQL statement here. If you are not, if you want to pass that particular SQL statement through the string object, you can pass query equal to, you write your select star from emp you pass this particular query here. Okay, clear? So this particular statement, this particular execute query will be executed in your database, and it will give the reply back to your application, and that information will be stored in your result set. So with the help of this particular result set, we have to retrieve that information. For that we have to use the result set dot next method. Result set dot next method. If you want to retrieve the previous one, you have to use the previous method. If you want to use the first line, first record of the result, you have to use the first. Clear? So with the help of these three methods, we are retrieving the data and we are displaying that particular information in a application. Okay. So and one more thing here is we are having the different types of execute queries are there. So first one is the execute query. Execute query, and second one is the execute update, and third one is the execute. Third one is the execute. So here with the help of this particular execute update, execute query, what we are doing here is, if you want to display only the information, if you want to use only the select query, with the help of this particular select query, what we are doing, just we are displaying the user information in a table. Or if you want to display only the employees details in your application, for that what we are using the select query. These information retrieval or reading information can be done with the help of the execute query. If you want to do any modifications in your database, if you want to do any modification in your table, so for that you can use the execute update. And if you want to do only, if you want to check whether your query is executed or not, for that you have to use the execute method. Okay, so this particular execute query will return the information. It will return some information. It will return some information, and with the help of this result set methods, we can retrieve that information and we can display that information in our table. And this particular execute update query, it will not return any information, just it will check, it will return the how many records are updated, how many records are deleted, whatever you are doing the updation in your updation query. So that affected records will be returned. So for example, you modify the employee's salary. If you modify the employee's salary 10 members, so that 10 records will be returned in the form of the integers. Okay, here this particular execute query will return only the true or false. Okay, or we can say that boolean values will return only the 1 or 0 values. So if you are talking about the execute query, this particular execute query will return whether that particular query is executed successfully or not. If you want that kind of information, so for that you can use the execute. Okay, so in our applications, in our developing applications, so we are not using this particular execute query, just we are using the not using the execute statement. So we are using only the execute query method, and we are using the execute update method, and we are not using this particular execute method. Okay, so with the help of this execute query and with the help of this execute update methods only, we are retrieving the information. Or if you want to check how many records are modified or how many records are inserted in a particular database, for that we are using the execute update. If you want to display the information, any kind of information if you want to read, so for that we are using the execute query. Okay, for that we are using the execute query. Based on these queries, we are writing our result set. If you want to retrieve that information, for that we are using the next method, previous method, and first method. If you are having any updated information, just we are storing in an integer. We are storing that particular information in an integer equal to int I equal st dot execute update. Int I equal to st dot execute update. Here you can pass the query or you can pass with the help of the prepared statement also, you can pass that information here. Okay. So if you are passing that information, that particular query in a prepared statement, here you no need to pass this particular query in this particular execute update. If you are not passing, if you are not using prepared statement, if you are using the normal statement object, here you can pass the information. Okay, this is up to your choice. Okay, so here, so st dot execute update, what it will return? It will return how many records are updated. That information we are storing in a integer I, integer and we are displaying that information. Okay, so here this particular execute query will return the data. It will return the data, and what it will do with the help of the next method, we are displaying that information in a table or in a JDBC application. That is what we are talking in a result set. Okay, so next we'll see, this is a result set. So here we are using the next method. We are using the next method. With the help of the next method, what we are doing, we are retrieving that information and we are displaying that information. So here, so finally we can say that this particular result set uses a virtual cursor to point a row of a virtual table. Yeah? So with the help of the execute query only, we are retrieving that information and we are displaying that information. So for example, you executed a query, select star from EMP. So here this is your output. So here you are having the employee ID, employee name. After that you are having the employee salary. So once your execute query is executed, your result set pointer will place here always the above your line. Why? Because if you are using the next method, it will go to the next it will go to the next line, next it will go to the next line. Your result set cursor, that particular cursor will show to the next. Whenever you coming to the last line, and it will, if you are using the next method, there also if you are using the next method, it will go to the next line, but here nothing information is done, so it will return the null value. Okay, it will return a null value. Clear? So next we'll see the we see in the all these three types of statements are there. First one is a statement object, second one is a prepared statement, and third one is a callable statement is there. Okay, so this is a syntax for creating a statement object in your program. So first what we have to do, statement st equal to con is nothing but your connection, create statement. Okay, create statement. Okay, so next, if you want to use any here you can use any kind of execute method. You can use the execute query, you can use the execute update, or you can use the execute method. Okay, so next one is a prepared statement. So in your prepared statement you have to prepare a statement. So for that what we are using, for that we are using the prepared statement method. Okay, so prepared statement method. So here first you have to create your prepared statement object. Prepared statement object ps equal connection dot prepared statement, and here I am passing my query, what you want to do. Okay, so here what I am doing, I am doing the deletion operation, delete from employee where sal equal to question mark. So what is this question mark? This question mark represent you are passing some information. Okay, so you are passing some information means what, here you are preparing a statement. So you are preparing this particular statement. So this particular statement is available in your database, whenever you are passing this particular value, then only it will execute that particular operation. Clear? So next one, callable statement. If you want to use any transactional SQL, or if you want to use any stored procedures or functions, for that we are using the callable statement. Okay, so first you install NetBeans in your machine. First you install NetBeans in your machine. After that you open your NetBeans. Go to your new project and here select the Java application and write give your project name here and click on the finish. Click on this particular finish button. So by default this particular Java page will be appeared in your program. So here if you want you can use these comment lines or you can delete your comment line. First you have to import your packages. What are the packages you required? Import all your package. So here we are SQL package is required for developing this particular JDBC application. So for that I am importing the SQL package. After that here you are getting the some exception, right? So I'm throwing one exception, that is a throws exception. So what type of exception we can get here? We can get here SQL exception. Okay, by default I am taking the super class called the exception. So I am taking that particular exception. Okay, I am not specifically mentioning that SQL exception. Okay, you open your try block and catch block. If you want to print some message, you can print system.out.println, system.out.println, and here so e dot get message, get message, use this particular message. Okay, so first what you have to do, first one importing is done, you have to load your driver. After that you have to register your driver. For loading for particular driver I am using this part. In the for name method is there. With the help of this for name method we are loading that particular driver in our data in our JDBC program. Once loading is done we have to register particular driver. So for that I am using the com.mysql.jdbc.driver. This is my connection name, this is my driver name. Okay, after that you have to create a connection to your database. For that I am using the driver manager dot get connection. So here you have to pass your connection information, jdbc colon mysql colon / localhost / and here this is nothing but your database name, this is your database name, and here you have to pass your username and password. So my username is the root, there is no password for my root. Okay, after that you have to create a statement. If you are using the prepared statement you can use the prepared statement object. If you are using only the normal statement object you have to create the normal statement st equal to connection dot create statement. Once creation statement is done you have to pass your query or you have to create your query. So here I am creating a table in my database. For that I am using the create table emp eid space int. Okay, what are the structure for creation of the table you are using, you write that particular query there. After that what type of query we have to use? We have to use here create update. We have to use the st.execute update query. Execute update, you pass that execute that query in here, this particular message. If you want to display any kind of message you can write your message with the help of the system.out.println. Okay, after that close your connection. Okay, before compilation you go to your Windows and open your XAMPP, because we have to run that particular MySQL server in our program. So first start and click on the MySQL server, go to the admin. So here, so employee table is not created. So employee table is not created. You go and click on the databases. If you want to see any tables in your database, you go and click on the database. Okay, so my database name is the test. You click on the database. So here this particular employee table is not available. So what I am doing here is I am executing that particular query, create table name emp. So my table is created successfully. See here it is not returning any information. Clear? Just it is returning the how many rows are affected. That information we are returning here with the help of the execute query. So here employee table is created. There is no information is available. That's why it's showing the empty table. Okay. Now what we'll do here is, now we'll create one more program. With the help of that program, what we are doing here is we are inserting the data into that particular table. For that what you have to do here is you right click on your project name and create a Java class. So here demo insert and save your program. Demo insert and save your program. So one Java class will be created here. Whatever the packages you required, you just write here. So for time simplicity, what I'm doing here is I'm just copying this particular main method, copy and paste. Just what we have to do, we have to change this query only. Again, you need not write any entire code here, just you copy. While you are copying this particular code, so in previous program what we did, we are importing the java.sql.star, means whatever the packages you required, all those packages are imported in your program. So here just what I'm doing here, just I'm copy and pasting that whatever the connections or whatever the methods or classes are required, all those classes are identified here and those classes only imported in your program. Okay, that is the benefit of your NetBeans. Okay, all those packages are imported. So what we have to do, just we have to change this particular query here. What query we are using? We are using the insert query. You have to use the insert query, insert into table name, values, and you pass some values there. How many values we have to pass? First we have to pass the employee number and employee name. We have to pass. I'm passing some information. So here, which query we have to use, which statement? We have to use the execute update statement or execute update method we have to use. So here I'm returning how many numbers, how many records are affected, that I'm storing in an integer and I'm displaying that records here. Okay, this is a syntax for storing the records in your whatever the information you got from the execute update, that you have to store in a int I. So run that particular file. See here, one record is inserted. So you go to your browse and check. So here one record is inserted successfully. So next we'll see what we'll see here is, next we'll do some updation operations. Next we'll see the some select operation. For that again you create a new Java class. So give here your class name. So for creating a Java class in a one package, for that you have to right click on your demo project name is the demo JDBC. There you right click and create your classes, not on your demo JDBC or not on your source packages. You just right click on your project name, it is a demo JDBC. Okay, import your SQL statement and write your public static void main string arguments. So what type of exception here we are throwing? We are throwing the SQL exception. For that I am using the superclass that is called the exception. After that you have to write the try block and catch block. So try, I am writing the exception E. If you want to display some error message, you have to use a system.out.println error. Here E dot get message. Here we are using the E dot get message you have to use. Next what we have to do, we have to load and register that particular driver. For that I am using the class dot for name. Method, and here I am registering my driver. My driver name is a com.mysql.jdbc.driver. If you are using the Oracle driver, so for that what you have to use here is sun.jdbc.odbc driver. For that you have to use, that is for the Oracle driver. Okay, after that you have to create a connection. So driver manager dot get connection. Here you have to pass your database connection name. That is the jdbc:/mysql:/localhost localhost, and your database name you have to pass here. So next, once that is over, you have to pass here your username and password. Username and password you have to pass. Once username and password is creation is done, what you have to do here, you have to use the statement creation. You have to create a statement. So here I am using the normal statement only, normal statement object I am using here. So st equal to connection dot create statement, st equal to connection dot create statement. After that I am passing the string here. I am passing that string. What is that string? That is a select query here. I am creating a string, and that is my string is the select star from emp. I am passing the query here. So how to pass that, what type of query, what type of execute method we have to use here? We have to use the execute. Here we have to use the execute query method. We have to use the execute query method. Execute query method we have to use. So here you pass your string here. Okay, so you store that particular executed information in your result set. For retrieving that information, what you have to do, you have to use the while dot, you have to use the while loop. In that particular while loop, you have to use the rs dot next method. Rs dot next method, with the help of this particular next method, will read that particular information and will display that particular information. Okay, so for getting that particular information, we have to call that particular column number. Okay, how many columns are there? We are having the 2 columns are there. First column is the 1 and second column is the 2. So that number you have to pass here. First, what is the first column information? That first column information is available in the form of the numbers. So for that you have to use the get int of not 0. Here you have to use the 1. By default it will come the 0. Here you should not use the 0, you have to use the 1. Next, rs dot get string. String means what? The second column information is available in the string format. Okay, if you want to check what happen if you give the 0 here, so what will happen, it will display the some error. You compile that particular program and check. So you are having the error. You compile that program and check what will happen. So here the range will start from the 1, not with the 0. So here you have to change 1 and 2. Clear? So now execute your file, and this is your information. Okay, this is your information. Whatever the information is available in your table, that information I am displaying here. Okay, so next right click and create one more program for the deletion of the database, deletion of the data in a table. So I inserted some values here, 5 records I inserted here. Okay, you go to your program, you go to your this one demos underscore JDBC, you create here new class underscore update. So here I am doing the update operation first. So just copy and paste to program. So if you want to copy from select query, you can copy, or you go to your JDBC table creation, you just copy that particular program here. Okay, so same program I copied here. What is the query for the updation the table? For that I am using the update emp set ename equal to Amar. So where eid equal to 1. This is my query, and here you have to use the what you have to use here, you have to use the execute update. Okay, so whenever you are calling this particular execute update, it will go to your database and it will execute in your database, and it will come back and it will display here. Okay, if you are using the prepared statement, already one prepared object is available in your database, so just it will refer that particular statement and it will retrieve that information. It will not execute. Okay, it will retrieve that information. Okay, now you display how many number of records are updated. For that I am using the int I equal to st dot execute update. Okay, and you display that information here. So with the help of the system.out.println, display that information and see how many records are updated. Okay, go to your browser and see here. The first one is Aman is there. So it is updated to the Amar. It is updated to the Amar. Okay. So next we'll see. Next we'll see the deletion operation in JDBC. So same thing, create a class demo underscore delete. You just copy and paste the program, whatever you did in a previous program, you just copy and paste. What you have to do, just you have to do the only the one query how to update, that is the deletion query. The same thing, the packages are imported here. So here instead of update, you have what you have to do, you have to delete from EMP. What is the delete query? Delete from EMP where EID equal to 1. EMP where EID equal to 1. Okay, so one record deleted. You go and check. So first one is Amar and it will be deleted and it will be Amit, Amar, Bhargav, Abhi is there. Okay, so like that you have to implement the program. And one more thing is you try to execute the prepared statement also. You try to create a instead of creating a statement here, so you use the prepared statement and try to execute in your machines. Okay, so this is what this is about the entire second unit. In next coming sessions we'll talk about the servlets. Okay, thank you. If you have any doubt, you can mail me ja_cac@vignan.ac.in.